17:3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Remember that John is still in an out-of-body state, so he sees spirits. He can travel in time, see in the future, and actually fly. He is the Spirit sent by Jesus to show John this. Could be Jesus showing John. A little confusing there. I have been out of my body 3 times, so I know exactly what John is talking about. He is describing what he sees, even though he does not know what he is seeing. The Statue of Liberty has 7 horns and 10 heads, and is seen looking out of her forehead, heads can be seen looking out of her forehead. Sometimes the statue can appear scarlet or purple during the evening hours. A man 1900 years ago describing the Statue of Liberty. Amazing description. And if he saw lights on it, he would describe them as jewels, because they never saw a spotlight, flashlight, light bulb, or anything like that. So anything that was shiny looking, he would describe them as jewels. Revelation 17:4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, filled with abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Again, John is describing the Statue of Liberty. He even describes the golden cup in her hand, full of abominations. People used to be able to go up into the torch and look out. How would you describe the Statue of Liberty lit up at night? Remember that John had never imagined what a light bulb could be. Interesting to me. John describes this so accurate that you can see what angle he is actually viewing the statue from. Purple in twilight hours. Lights in the forehead at that time of day. Absolutely amazing description. 17:15. And he says unto me, the waters which thou were, the horse sitteth, are peoples, and multitudes and nations and tongues. Once again, the Statue of Liberty is surrounded by water, and people from around the world speaking many languages and trading goods. Isn't that exactly what the Statue of Liberty is all about? It's in a city where the biggest city of trade and commerce in the world. And yet, John describes that almost 2,000 years ago. Amazing. Revelation 7:18. And the women which thou sawest in the great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. And again, it's New York City. The kings of the earth and the merchants do their trading in New York City. Revelation 18:3. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. If you've ever been to New York City, you know what John is talking about. All the vice, the money, the merchants and tradings, people getting rich, the crime, the corruption, and all of the things that go with it. He describes it pretty well in 18:3. Revelation 18:7. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, and she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. It looks to me like what he's talking about, that he's describing this figure as being a statue, something that's not alive, but it represents New York City and all that goes on in New York City. Revelation 18:9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. All the crooks, the cheats of the world made fortunes, and will see the nuclear destruction of New York City. Revelation 18:19. And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, the great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she is made desolate. Very good description of New York City again. People putting their hand on their forehead in amazement to see such a great city destroyed in 1 hour. Nothing will be left. Revelation 19:14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed with fine linen, white and clean. And remember again, John uses the word horse to describe anything that is land-based, any kind of vehicle or thing that moves across the ground. He's going to describe it as a horse. 19:19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. God and his angels are going to go to war against G.I. Joe on their demonic possession, and the aliens who are here now making deals with world officials. Pretty amazing. 1919. 1920. And the beast was taken, and with them the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These were both cast alive into the lake of fire burning with brimstone. The AH-64 helicopters and missiles were defeated by the Creator and his angels. In other words, in 1920, John says that God is going to defeat the demonics who have possession over mortal bodies, and the aliens. It's God that's going to win this battle. Revelation 20:12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were opened. And another book was opened, which was the book of life. The dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. As far as I know, this book is often referred to as the creational records, records of earth inhabitants. We, or our spirits or souls, will be judged on our acts and deeds on Judgment Day. Everything that has ever happened on this planet has been recorded in this book, or these creational records. And it's all going to be decided and judged on that in Revelation 20:12.